Trump shouldn't be preempting the floor. He should be mopping it, okay? Trump, but he gave a speech, or whatever you want to call it. He teased it yesterday, as he's known to do. He wrote, "My fellow Americans, I'll be giving an..."
It was the night late. Night comedy stopped being polite and started feeling like a crime scene investigation. The back and forth feud between Jimmy Kimmel and Donald Trump had simmered for years, insults, nicknames, and rants across Truth Social. But this Wednesday, the dynamic escalated from a skirmish into a full-blown strike. Earlier that day, Trump had posted a video calling Kimmel a low IQ loser, claiming the host couldn't pass a basic cognitive test, and daring him to produce his grades. The classic bully taunting, the nerd setup, but Trump made a critical mistake. He assumed the nerd didn't have access to the archives. Kimmel stepped onto the stage of the El Capitan Theater, but the usual fanfare was missing. The band stayed silent. Applause was hesitant. Sensing the tension, Kimmel didn't go to his usual spot. He sat at his desk, placing a weathered gray cardboard file box in front of him. It looked old, smelled like a basement on the side. In faded black marker were the letters NMA 1964. "Mr. President," Kimmel said, staring calmly into the camera. "More intimidating than any shout, you called me low IQ today, said I couldn't pass a test. You challenged me to compare brains."
They're waiting for the best picture of the year. He gets up and he says, and his wife said, "Please don't do it. Please, darling, don't go out." His manager said, "Don't do it. I have to do it." He like that. I said, he's one of the dumbest human beings ever. He should have listened to his wife. What a dope.
Kimmel slowly opened the box. "So I sent an intern to the archives of the New York Military Academy. Back in the 60s, they didn't have digital privacy laws, and they never threw anything away." On the giant screen behind him, a split-screen feed appeared. Trump was live, streaming his reaction on his platform, expecting to mock Kimmel. He laughed, pointing at the screen. "Watch this. He's going to cry," he told his aides. But as Kimmel pulled out a yellow document, Trump's laughter stopped abruptly. "This is your permanent record from junior year," Kimmel announced, holding it up. "Standardized Stanford Binet IQ test administered May 12, 1964. The studio was so quiet the air conditioning could be heard. Trump leaned forward on the live feed, eyes narrowing, whispering to an aide, but never looking away from the paper. "You tell us you're a genius," Kimmel continued. "You claim to have the best brain. Let's see what the numbers say." Kimmel put on his reading glasses. Verbal aptitude, 42nd percentile. Abstract reasoning, 38th percentile. He paused. Then the raw IQ score, 89. Trump stood on the live feed. Panic rose. He waved his hands, shouting at the camera, "Don't, that's illegal, don't do it." Kimmel didn't stop. 89, he repeated, letting the number hang below average. Not a genius, not gifted. Statistically on the lower end of average. The reaction from Mar-a-Lago was explosive. Trump didn't freeze, he erupted. A guttural roar came through his laptop mic, distorted by static. "Lies," he shrieked, face crimson. "I'm a super genius, shut it off." He lunged at the camera, knocking it over. The feed tumbled, showing a blur of gold curtains before cutting to static, but the audio lingered. "Who gave him that?" He screamed at a staffer. In the studio, the audience was stunned. They hadn't just seen a number, they'd witnessed a meltdown. Kimmel closed the file, looking at the static where the president had been. 89, Kimmel said softly. "You know, Donald, that explains a lot. It explains the bleach. The Sharpie. Why you're so afraid of anyone who reads a book." He tapped the box, class dismissed. The segment ended, but the scream echoed across the internet forever. The myth of the stable genius collided with the reality of a yellowed piece of paper. It wasn't a debate. It was a tantrum. Jimmy Kimmel didn't just tell a joke that night. He pulled the mask off the emperor, and the world heard him scream when reality hit. If moments like this matter, where claims meet records and myths collide with proof, support this channel, like the video, so more people can see it. Subscribe, So these stories aren't buried. Turn on notifications if you believe the truth deserves repetition. The more these moments are documented, the harder they are to erase.